Need a first killer Jory's match. I would love that as well, for sure. I would love that. The Loki1, thanks to the 11-month Prime. Welcome back. Can you make fun of Joe Ray S? Listen, you can make fun and jest, like, you know, you can poke fun at Colin Stumpy saying Joe Reyes. They're gonna laugh at that. That's fine. You can criticize. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to criticize. If you see something in my casting in like another caster's casting, or if you see, I mean, pro play, come on, like these guys are so much better than you at this, so it's not even worth talking about. But yeah, if you, even in pro play, yeah, like you can still criticize. You can still say, hey, I saw you know, this player going for a lot of this shot and it didn't work once. Maybe you should have tried something else, like this other shot that worked 100% of the time when you went for it. You're like, yeah, you're allowed to criticize. I'm not saying that you can't criticize. What I'm saying is that you can't, or that you want to be like careful with how you do it. Like if I see a comment that says, man, this Johnny Boy guy is so boring. I wish he would, you know, if a comment just says, man, this Johnny Boy guy is so boring, I wish that they would use and then some other caster's name instead. Like, I'm going to look at that comment and be like, well, that isn't, you know, exactly something I can learn from. It's kind of useless to me. And it's a comment that I've seen, but with the roles reversed, you know, like, man, this caster is so, and then there will be like a comment about the caster's ability. I've scored. And then it'll say, I wish they'd use Johnny Boy instead. And, you know, I look at that and I'm thinking, well, that's just a shame that this, first of all, this comparison is being made at all. Secondly, it's not helpful criticism at all. It's not helpful. Like, if you want to point out to a caster that they say a phrase over and over again, don't go and comment somewhere, ugh, this caster is trash, he needs to learn some new words. Like, that's just useless, toxic criticism. If instead you say something like, man, it's really cool to see this caster giving 1v1 casting a go, he's going to be, you know, even better, or he's going to get, you know, significantly better as well when he expands on his like 1v1 casting vocabulary. Like, that's like a much more positive, a much more constructive comment. Oh, what a save. Oh, he spit it wide. Useless toxic criticism, welcome to the internet. Yeah, of course, like, I expect it. I'm just saying, like, for all of you guys out there who don't want to be useless and toxic with your criticisms, just try and think about what you're saying. Like, why are you saying what you're saying? Is it actually an attempt to help the person that you're commenting on? Or are you just looking to, you know, start some drama? Like, what is it? Because I've seen this happen a lot, where, you know, there will be a criticism of a caster in the Rocket League Esports subreddit, and the caster replies and says, hey, sorry man, I'm trying my best. And then the guy who wrote the first comment will be like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, didn't mean to make you feel bad. And then they'll totally backtrack and try and be helpful. I'm thinking, well, why didn't they just try and be helpful from the beginning? Why didn't this guy just start off with the helpful comment instead of having to go jump through all these hoops to get to that? I've seen it so many times. I feel like I've been quite lucky that recently people are just like loving all of what I do. Like, everything. It seems to me right now that everything I do, people are just like, yeah, good job, Johnny. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm probably doing something wrong, but everybody's just being really nice to me, and I feel very lucky. But I can still relate to the people who are less fortunate, and it's really bandwagony as well. It only takes like one person, like, writing something toxic about a caster or a pro player, or anyone in the scene. It only takes one person writing it, and that getting a bunch of upvotes, and now a whole bunch of people who didn't have an opinion on the issue think that that is factual. Like, if it's something like, okay, let's just use like, I'll just make up an example. Let's say that somebody commented on a Reddit thread saying, man, Johnny Boy's a really boring caster, and then it gets 200 upvotes. Now a whole bunch of people who had no opinion on me before reading that will now think that I'm a boring caster, just because some guy wrote it and it got a bunch of upvotes. Now, if instead that person wrote something like, "Oh, Johnny talking a lot about this one topic during his casts these days. I wonder why Johnny's like, you know, talked about this," and then they clip like 3 times where I say the exact same words, and then they, you know, have a good laugh about it, and they say like, "Love you, Johnny. Just wanted to point that out. Try and improve your work. Keep doing what you do." And something like that. Then I would be like, "Oh my goodness, this guy's onto something. I have just repeated myself. Like in all these casts, I've said the exact same words. He's a genius for pointing that out to me, and I'll have full respect for that person. I'll try and improve." And all the people who read that will be like, "Lol, true, actually true." And they're not gonna go and hate or start bandwagoning and, you know, grabbing pitchforks. They're just gonna, you know, read facts. I really wish that my teammate didn't do that. That would be nice. Do you ever feel like everyone's yes-manning you? Not really. Do I feel like everybody's yes-manning me? No. I don't really have the common opinion enough for that to be the case. Like, I go against the grain a lot with content that I make, and the way that I run tournaments, for example. It's not exactly... I'm not following the same pattern, you know? So I think there's a lot of like people who do criticize, but just not my casting. I don't know. I think my casting's probably overrated. I'm always trying to get better. But yeah, I think my casting's probably overrated. My tournament organizing's probably underrated. That was a overrated clear. How bad was that? What am I doing? Okay, that was a decent shot though. Casting's the best in the game. You're allowed to think that, and I appreciate that, you know, comment. I'll still try to be better though. What about my casting makes me think it's overrated? I just think there's lots of things I can improve on that I don't see anybody talking about. That my, you know, vocabulary could be better. You know, mixing things up. I could be a lot better with my tone of voice sometimes. I've got to get better at making life easier for my co-casters as well. Like bringing them in more. Like the fact that I've been casting with Shogun all this time just makes it really... you know, I think that I make him look good and he makes me look good, but we've still got a lot to learn. If we don't cast with each other, there's like, you know, ways that we can improve our casting to make us just generally easier to cast with, regardless of who we're casting with. So I think it's an excuse to be like, you know, yeah, me and this guy spoke over each other at this point, but that wouldn't happen if we'd had more practice. I'll be like, well, nah, I think you could be so good that you never speak over your co-caster, and they never speak over you. It's like possible. So I don't know. I'm trying to get better. Still. Oh man, alive! How not to clear the ball? Is this the same guy who sent us into overtime in the first place? Jeez, what is that clear? How did he manage to hit it this badly? What's he doing? Right, how many balloons have we got? I feel like the balloons haven't updated in a while. I need to stay in a game. I challenged late. Bro, my challenge was fine there. That was a super, super easy clear for my teammate. Now, I did make a lot of mistakes that game, but that was not one of them. That was a really, really easy clear. And our teammate just totally beamed it. Same guy who sent us into overtime by missing the ball. He is just not very clutch, apparently, under pressure. Let's take a bit of a wide line there. He's trying to bump me. Rewards aren't working. There are no, the rewards are no longer on my stream. It was only for Salt Mine. Wait, what was that? It was only for Salt Mine. Hey, J West 13, thanks to the Prime. Lil Taco, or Illy Taco, thanks to the Prime as well. Appreciate you guys. Orange Tornado with the Prime. Welcome to the stream, dude. Did I say thanks to Beloke as well? I think I did. But thank you, man. Either way. Again. I talk 70% of the time on my co-caster 30%. You mean when I was casting with Marky and Smellsworth? That's probably the case because they're still very new to casting. So I took most of the play-by-play. Almost all of it. And then for the rest of it, we're having a 50-50 conversation. Oh my days, what a goal. How have I managed this? Oh no. That was easily the worst play of the night. By far. Absolutely beamed it. But yeah, so we tried, the way that I was doing the ones casting with Marky and Smellsworth, because they're both still very new to casting, is we would pretty much like try to just have a conversation about the game, but then like I would do play-by-play whenever something crazy's happening, or you know try and like lead the hype in crazy hype moments basically. So it probably ended up with me talking more than them, but it is kind of inevitable when we're doing a conversational style, but I'm the only person who's got experience doing play-by-play in the past. Hydro, glad you enjoyed the content, man. Got any tips for starting streamers in 2020? Just do it for fun. Like, I started streaming for fun, just to try it. Because I'd always kind of been interested in the idea of streaming a video game. It was cool to me, you know, watching streams back in the day. Back on Justin TV, the 360p trash quality streams. I was like, that's cool. This person's like got people watching them play a video game, you know. So I just did it for fun. And you know, if lots of people watched, if no people watched, I was just doing it for fun, so it didn't matter. So that would be my number one tip, is just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're going into streaming, attempting to build a brand for yourself and to get viewers, then you're setting yourself up for disaster. You're setting yourself up for disappointment, because you're probably not going to get them. Like the stats are like, or you know, the vast majority of streamers will not become successful enough to get like a whole bunch of views and go full time. So you gotta just do it for fun. It's like a hobby, you know. Do I prefer streaming or YouTube? Streaming for sure. I just use YouTube as an extension of my streaming, you know. It's like another way for people to tune into my streams. But I have recorded stuff exclusively for YouTube in the past as well, because I think that there's something to that. But when it comes to like being a YouTuber, like I've never been at all in, like, you know, this is the complete opposite to streaming for me. Because for streaming, you know, the first time I saw somebody streaming a video game, I was like, that's cool. He's like making, you know, he's just like got people watching him live when he's making or he's, you know, just playing games. And then I started watching like esports. I was like, wow, that's cool as well. You know, competitive games. So I've kind of combined those two things that I enjoyed into the content that I have now. You know, my just interest for streaming as a thing, streaming of video games, and then my interest for esports. I feel like there's just no way we're ever gonna win with these people in my team. I have had an own goal this game, but geez, like everybody's just bumping me. Can we get there? Not enough boost. But yeah, for YouTube, see, the thing about YouTube is I've never looked at a YouTuber way back in the day and been like, wow, that's cool, he's, you know, made a video and people watched it. I don't know, for me it just wasn't cool. It wasn't like something I was at all interested in. I've never wanted to go and record a video and upload it to YouTube. Didn't want to do it. whether or not I thought I could be successful on the platform. Not interested. But you know, uploading a Twitch stream to YouTube, I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. You know, more people can watch. Or you know, some people might prefer to watch there because the Twitch video, you know, well, Twitch is known as a live streaming platform, not as a video streaming platform. But yeah, for me, I was always interested in streaming, never really interested in making videos. Don't like editing, never will like editing. I've no interest in editing myself. Don't really care for making the kind of clickbaity YouTube content that is always going to be the most popular on the platform, just because of how much easier it is to digest like a 10-minute and 1-second video with some memes and a clickbait title and thumbnail that's just like light, easy watching material. Like that's always going to dominate YouTube, and I'm not interested in going down that rabbit hole myself. But good on all the people who are, you know, killing it in the game with that as well. They're on the grind. I respect that. But yeah, it's just not for me. That's all I'm saying. Nick and Air, thanks for the 37-month. Welcome back. That's insane. King Spectre, thanks for 500 bits. Good to let the other caster speak and not be interrupted. Tend to interrupt the wow or oh my. Yeah, I try to interrupt. Well, I try not to interrupt when I'm, you know, reacting to something cool that happens in a game. Like if a big goal happens in a Rocket League game and my co-caster is saying something at the time, they're like doing, you know, play-by-play or analysis or whatever. If my co-caster is the one talking and I'm just you know, silent, and then something crazy happens, I'll usually try and react to it without saying something that's a whole pile of words, because if I react and say, oh my goodness, what a goal, or something similar, then that's just going to be a big jumble of words on top of what my co-caster is also saying. But if I just say wow, or like, you know, ooh, or something, you know, that's like audible. It's not going to interrupt as well. So that's an important thing to do when you're casting. It's just not. Don't say a pile of words when your co-caster's talking, because it's just going to be a big like jumble of words. Nobody's going to be able to hear anything. But don't be afraid to like make a noise or react audibly to something with more like a sound. Like you can make a sound, you just can't say words while your co-caster's talking. Uh-oh, he jumped as well. Not good. I'm bumped. And they can hear. Welcome to stream, man. Husky Mag, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to you also. Start cawing. That's a good idea. That's absolute useless touch there. But we will follow it up with something useful. Oh my goodness, I'm reading my Twitch chat and I've just almost owned gold. It's fine, it's the start of a dribble. You didn't see that coming. You notice they'll bring a lot of emotion in the casting. Not unbiased, other casters weren't getting as hyped. Again, if you're talking about Salt Mine, that isn't, you know, an experience thing. I've got a ton of experience casting Rocket League and casting 1v1 in particular. My co-casters for the Salt Mine, Marky Duda and Smellsworth, they were brand new to it, and I think they did an insanely good job. Not just for a first time cast, I mean just straight up, they did an insanely good job. Full stop. I think they were great. They were great to work with, and I can't wait to cast with them again. I had such a great time casting the games with them. You know, some people will say that they did a great job for the first time casting, but I just think they did a great job, like, the end. You know, I think they were great. I can't wait to work with them again. But yeah, they are new to it, so knowing what noises you can make in a hype moment without ruining it is something that you have to experiment with. I mean, I found this out myself. You know, I tried to, I decided, I think it was when I was casting Gfinity Elite Series, I decided, right, I'm going to try and be more like audible, just make some noise while something crazy's happening, and either Shogun or Onset are doing play-by-play. They were the play-by-play casters, so I'd usually be paired with. So I would just think, okay, I'm going to try and make some noise, but I had to figure out what noises would work, you know? Like, and that's when I figured out, okay, I can't be saying too many words here, because it just sounds like a jumble of words. on top of like the other dude saying words. But you can make like a, you know, more of a sound. But yeah, they've got to experiment with that and figure out what works for them, because it's got to sound natural, or it's got to sound normal. And they've probably got a different set of like things that they want to say and do during a cast. Will be different from me. Is there a way to contact me about business questions? You're just asking in Twitch chat right now, by the way, and I'll probably answer faster than anywhere else. If it's like a, I don't know, private information, you could email me, but I'm pretty slow to get back on emails. I replied to Twitch chat immediately, so. Spooky Marky at the idea. I can't believe you forgot to turn on his light. He's just getting periodically more and more dark as we went on with the show. Nobody passes in ranked. Is it getting worse? Like, I feel like there have been no passes in all of these games that I've played. I've played like a fair few games here, and I don't remember anyone ever deliberately passing the ball. And nobody makes runs to get in position to be passed to as well. Like, even if you want to pass, it's hard to make a pass happen. Oh, I got bumped on my takeoff. Because nobody's there to receive it. Like, nobody's passing. They're just driving around chasing the ball. Yeah, you can ask in chat, man. It's totally fine. LT Gamer. There aren't people to catch passes. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Nobody positions well off the ball to get ready for a pass. That was a really weird touch. Good save though. I'm just gonna get it to the side because I don't want to leave it. That was quite funny actually. The little cheeky double. Oh, it's ended up as a goal as well. Any more Johnny Boy dribbles? Yeah, I was laughing so much every time Marky said this. It's good to learn mechanics. Yeah, of course. Depends, like what mechanic though. I mean, depends what your goal is. If your goal is just to have some fun and score some cool goals, then yeah, go learn some cool mechanics and pull them off. Send it to Gift Your Game, they'll make it into a montage. For goodness sake, my game just got all tabbed by sticky keys again. Whatever it's called. Second time tonight. Uh-oh. Oh, see, like, okay, this is what I mean. Why is nobody ready for this? This is an obvious pass in my head. I'm thinking, okay, this Shannon guy's going to see this. He's going to get ready for it, but he just drove past it.
Good work on Salt Mine.
Nobody sees passes. He's just like autopiloting around. He's not looking at what's happening. He's not like, okay, yeah, the ball's in the back wall. My teammate's about to drive into it, so I should go this way. That's a useless shot. That's plat play. No, passing in defense across your own goal is like, that's like grand champ play. Like, being able to pass in defense is so important at the highest level. Nobody does it in ranked, because everybody's just driving around ball chasing and trying to generally hit the ball away from their goal and towards the other team's goal. So in that position, everybody will think, ooh, I better hit this away from my goal. And they'll probably just end up passing it to the opponents. I saw a teammate. I was like, right, let me hit it towards my teammate, because I can see where he is. Unfortunately, he just moved away from like the perfectly good position he was in and went to a useless position instead. But yeah, people don't position for passes. Yeah, I thought I had the sticky keys disabled. It's like happened twice. Yeah, the ranked tonight rather, it's just felt like everybody's bopping the ball off random walls and hoping that eventually it goes in. There's no thought. There's no like passing at all. Oh wait, did he just pass on purpose? He might have done. Oh, okay, that's a screamer. Holy cow. Just as I start saying nobody passes, we get one. Just banged it in, didn't we? Alright. We take those. See, this is why people should pass, boys. When you position, we know when you've got people positioned for passes, passes are good. That pass was perfect, I'm not going to lie. 16 balloons as well. Amazing. Yeah, we should definitely save that replay.
One, any tips for a player that is trying to commentate and keep it interesting?
Oh wait, is this the question that LT Gamer had? Thank you so much, King Spectre, for forwarding that, because I was in the game. Let me answer that. Share Rocket League season for the US Air Force. We're in week 2 out of 14 weeks. Any tips for a player that is trying to commentate and keep it interesting? Say what you think, not what you see. Everybody can see what you see, but they don't know what you think, so tell them what you think. That will be more likely to be new information than just telling everybody what they already see. What are the odds I can get you as a guest commentator for a round? Probably pretty low, I'm not going to lie, because I'm really busy right now with a lot of stuff off stream and in real life and on my own stream. So probably not. So I don't want to get your hopes up. But yeah, keep going at it, man. That sounds cool. That's awesome. I have respect for anybody who's casting this game. Trying to improve as a caster, bringing people more enjoyment, watching Rocket League as a game. That's what I'm about. Oh wow, my goalie ran off his line here. Oh no, he's still off the line. He got there. I'd given up, not gonna lie. Wait, it's the Shannon guy again, right? It is him again, I think. I've really got to turn off cross-platform play here. So annoying playing with PS4 players in ranked. I think PS4 players are forced to ball chase more because they have to play on lower FPS, so they have to ball chase or else they can't be competitive. But it just isn't fun to play against. They just chase the ball. Hey, you're welcome, LT Gamer. Yeah, and to, you know, reiterate to anybody who's wanting to ask like stuff like that, and they're wondering where do you get me? You know, where do you get me to reply to a question like that? Just Twitch chat is the best place. Man, this guy's sick of passing, I guess. Look at that. Once again, silver platter. Moonlord, thanks for the 3-month tier 1, by the way. Really appreciate that. And also Grandpa Kong for the 5 He says, good work in Salt Mind. Really appreciate the content. Looking forward to future Johnny Boy productions. Me too, man. Hopefully there will be another one. Who knows? Maybe Salt Mine 3 will be a LAN. Who wants to see a 1v1 LAN? You guys all want to see one? See what we can do. I mean, I want to see a 1v1 LAN because I think that the entire Rocket League community will be absolutely blown away by how electrifying and exciting it is. But honestly, the tournament that I want to see the most next, even more than a 1v1 tournament, is a crew battle 1v1 tournament, where we'll get like teams of 1v1 players playing against other teams of 1v1 players, where every player in a team has 1 life in every matchup, and let's say it's a best of 5, 2 teams of 3 players. Player A eliminates player B in game 1, then the team for player B have to send out another player. Yeah, this Adri guy's a complete idiot. What on earth is he doing that for? Like, I just had the ball for free and he hits it into the corner and he didn't even clear it. He bounced it off the wall. I actually can't stand PS4 players in my lobbies, man. It's my own fault. I should have turned this off. I should have disabled cross-platform play. Like, he could have easily just left that ball and I would have had it. It would have been fine. Oh, I've just jumped. Second time by accident here. Probably own goaling? Never mind. Probably should have own goaled. You're just saying that because you want to see Fairy 1v1 again? Not at all just because of that reason, but I mean, obviously I want to see Fairy 1v1 again. But no, the reason I want to see it is because I think it's super exciting and I've never seen it before. I'm all about, you know, making tournament content that is different. Because there's already a whole ton of 3v3 tournaments, and everybody just wants more 3v3 tournaments. Well, okay, this is my opinion on it, right? The Rocket League community think that they want more 3v3 tournaments, but I think that they want variety in the tournaments. But they don't even know. Like, the Rocket League community doesn't even know how much they like 1v1 tournaments. Well, now they might, because they've just seen Salt Mine and Fusion. There are probably a lot more people who have realized, okay, this is cool. Want to see more of that. But until Fusion and Salt Mine happened, most people, if you asked them what their ideal tournament would be, they'd probably just come up with some 3v3 like format. That would be what they want to see. So that's why we got to go out and show people other stuff to show them that there is more to the game than they realize. No, I've not had a post tournament discussion with Psionics yet. I believe they're off until next week. Oh, just straight in. Come on, boys. Somebody should really be there for that. The trick, by the way, if you just want to be there for more random center balls that happen like that, is just be positioned on the far side. There, that time that guy had it right. He was on the far side before the ball came in to the middle. So when it does come into the middle, he doesn't have a hard time catching up with it because he's going in the opposite direction as the ball. Oh man, this guy is just going for everything. Literally Khaled time. Actually Khaled, holy cow. Sign him up. Who's this guy? Oh my goodness, I'm actually Khaled in this play. Look at me go. Pros like 3-3 because you don't get brutally punished. I mean, pros probably just like 3-3 because it's what they're best at. I find it really funny when, you know, after losing in you know, Salt Mine, I swear I saw multiple people tweet out something like, "Guess I'm not a ones player." I'm like, what does that even mean? You're not a ones player? Like, as if to say, you know, you got good enough at 3v3 to compete at the highest level in less time than you've put into ones. I don't have any like proof on this, but I would expect that the majority of 3v3 mains who made a foray into 1v1 for Salt Mine and Fusion put way less time into 1v1 practice and 1v1 like gameplay and ranked than they ever did for 3v3. Way less. But they somehow just expect to randomly, you know, play 10 ranked games in 1v1 and then go into a tournament and make a deep run against players that they can beat in 3v3 just because they think, oh man, well, I beat this guy, I farmed this guy in 3v3, therefore I should beat him in ones. Like, it's not how it works. Like, oh dear, that was not the best play by Shannon. Like, it is an enjoyment thing though. I've talked about this in the past. You know, some people ask, do I think 1v1 is useful for pro players to practice? I think yes, it is, but only if it doesn't cause them to burn out from their enjoyment of the game. Because one of the most important things for a pro player in Rocket League is longevity, and you're not going to be a pro player for a long time if you just hate playing the game. So don't like play versions of the game that make you hate the game more. Why is this guy just cutting me off all the time? Stop this. Literally just getting in the way. Ah! It's just like 2 times in the end of this game. He's just going sideways in offense. He just did it again. He just passed it to their goalie. Johnny Boy getting burnt out by playing a game mode you don't enjoy. I mean, that's why I don't really play Rocket League by myself. It's because I don't really enjoy it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I enjoy playing Rocket League with my friends. Don't really enjoy playing Rocket League by myself. So I don't really do that. Because I don't want to get burnt out from Rocket League. I've been making content for as long as I have, because I've avoided doing things that I don't enjoy. If I don't like doing something, I don't do it. If I don't like, you know, casting a particular type of game, I won't cast it. I'll cast stuff. I'll make content that I like, because I'm more likely to be able to keep doing it for a longer time. But 1v1 when I'm streaming is really hard, because I don't have a streaming PC and a gaming PC. So things like kickoffs and 50-50s take a real hit. They take a real hit in consistency. I would say that when I'm not streaming, my 50-50s and my kickoffs are pretty good. But when I'm streaming, 50-50s and kickoffs are not very good at all. because I have a bit more FPS drops when I'm streaming, and it makes these precise movements really hard. So yeah, you just lose most of your kickoffs. What else do I think about besides Rocket League? Food, definitely very high up there. Food's got to be number one, I would say. You know, actually, I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday. So she read a Reddit thread title out to me, and it was like, what are the most underrated good feelings in the world? And then top of the list for me has to be when you're really thirsty, and then you, like, if you're really, really hot outside, sweating, and you're really thirsty, and then you get like just a nice glass of water. Oh my goodness. You can't really beat that. Just a cold glass of water when you're thirsty is one of the best things. And how much we take that for granted is pretty insane. Cold shower on a really hot day, yeah. Ice cold beer? Nah, bro, if you're thirsty, you don't want a beer. Well, maybe you do, but I wouldn't. I would just want water, to be honest. Sorry, I looked at my chat again, now I'm conceding. I think we might be able to buy the other wheels after this one. Double ply toilet paper. See, before I went to America, I didn't even know that single ply toilet paper existed, because everywhere else we just like to not torture our buttholes. It's only America that somehow have single ply toilet paper, as far as I can tell. I don't understand why. I still remember being at RLCS Season 1 in Golden Boy. Legend. He was, just having a chat with a bunch of people outside the venue. And then he was asking people, are you a folder or a crumpler or something? I'm probably paraphrasing. Like, do you fold or crumple? I'm like, what's he talking about? Like, why would anybody crumple their toilet paper? Then that's when I found out that because of the single ply toilet paper existing, people actually have this dilemma that they have to decide whether or not to fold it or to crumple it. I'm like, well, why don't they just, I don't know. I was so confused. But then single ply toilet paper, I guess, makes sense of that question. People crumple. Most of the people were saying that they were folders. That was a trash shot. Man. I wish I didn't drive through here. I thought I could just get clean past this, and then my teammate landed on me. And I did not get next to that ball in time. Hey, Average Joe, thanks for the raid, man. Hope you had a good stream. Passing to this boy. Oh, he's no boost. Just use your hand. Okay. Oh wow, did somebody just miss really badly over here? I think this guy's trolling. Is he trolling? Let's take a look. If he's trolling, I'm just gonna play out this game. Maybe he's not trolling. I could forfeit here, but I'm gonna play on because we're just playing for balloons, so I don't even care. we just need the time to keep ticking. Give me my balloons. Let's just both these guys wanted to forfeit anyway, so we might as well just play like the worst player in the world. Full soup, thanks for 250 bits, man.
Single ply toilet paper is class warfare and a war crime at that.
This guy's just AFK, isn't he? Oh no, is he back? Don't have the boost for the double. Sad day. Right, let's see if we might get enough balloons in this game. This could be the last game. Just wanted to get these balloons. That's a semi-boomer there. Oh, he passed it backwards. Never thought I'd see the day. Yeah, balloons pog is right. I'm excited for these balloons for sure. Still need to go get the golden eggs, of course. You said you can't aerial? You're nuts? I definitely am not nuts in the air. I mean, I would say that I'm just generally like fast compared to most people at these ranks. For going up into the air, I mean, like most people are really, really, really slow, so you can just win if you just go, if you just fast aerial properly, you're gonna get there first. But accuracy is not my strong point. I'm just fast in the air, but not very accurate. So yeah, sometimes if I get the accuracy right, it looks good because I'm quick. But most of the time, I'm quite fast. I wish I could show you guys. One day I'll get a gaming PC, and you'll see that I'm not actually this slow. Because yeah, when I'm getting like, see when I'm ranking up to, what do you call it, Grand Champ rewards, every time I've done it, the vast majority of my goals that I score and games that I win are just me taking the ball and then dribbling it in, or just being faster than people. Because I don't know, people are always just really slow. Like you can tell that they're not getting to the ball first, but they just keep going anyway, and then they just get beaten to the ball and you score. I'm really confused. I'm like, why are they going for the ball? Surely they can see that they're not getting there first, but apparently they don't. They just go and they miss because they're really slow. Yeah, I try not to do that too often myself. Like if I realize I'm getting beaten, I'll just not go in the first place. Because it's better to like be in the game and force your opponent to at least have to make an outplay on you. People think having a fast rotation is a form of ball chasing. What, you mean like turning around really fast? I mean, yeah, having a quick turn is really important. That's something else I would say I'm pretty good at, is just turning around quickly and beating someone to the ball. Again, when I say I'm quite good at it, I mean like relative to other people at my rank. Right now my rank is Champ 3. I think Grand Champ is very easy to get though. Every time I've tried to get Grand Champ rewards, I've done it. Season 13, it's funny, Season 13 I think I got Grand Champ and then I stopped playing. I was like, I can't be bothered. I just got Grand Champ and then I stopped. Season before that I didn't even play enough to get my Grand Champ rewards. Did not play enough Rocket League. Are you joking? We have to play one more before we can... Right, I think we need one more game for our balloons. Let's see if we can get it this time. So this will be the last game, guys. I just wanted another 150 balloons. Why are we doing replay reviews? No, we're not doing replay reviews today. I'll review one replay. I just want to see this goal that I scored again. Wasn't it the winning goal? I can't remember if it was. Oh yeah, it was. It was overtime. I was trying to find a goalkeeper and see how helpless he was when I scored this. Ever liked any rewards? I like the goal explosions. I've not actually seen the banners properly yet. It's nice that they're mixing it up and, you know, making some new like collection, because, you know, if somebody's a Grand Champ in all the seasons, they can go and put together all of the Grand Champ rewards in a car. Yeah, we should be able to get the rest of our balloons here. I wasted all my boosts. But yeah, guys, this will be my last game, so if you got any last burning questions before I head off for the night, then now is the time to ask them. It's been fun hanging out with you guys again. I've not been able to do that very often. with there being tens of thousands of people watching throughout the salt mine too. But it's yeah, it's nice to come back to a chill stream. Full suit, thanks for 250 bits, man. You hate ranked having queued and teammate already must forfeit. Shake my head.
I haven't even queued yet and my teammate already wants to forfeit, shaking my head.
Average time I stream? Depends what I'm doing. If I'm casting, I'll probably be streaming for like a couple of hours or 3 hours. Yeah, 2 to 3 hours maybe on average. But sometimes I'll just go live, cast a series, then I'll be done. Just depends like how busy I am. That was shocking. Oh, I missed. Am I on full screen? Sometimes when I'm like just flicking on and off ball cam, it goes really like... Okay, alright, I am in full screen now. Okay, that's oh man, I can always instantly tell when I realize I'm not in full screen. Then I turn it on. I'm like, wow, how was I playing without this? Do I think Fairy versus how do I think a Fairy versus Joria's matchup would go? I'd have my money on Joria's because he's absolutely insane. But yeah, also the fact that Fairy's inactive definitely helps Joria's. Oh, what time do I start streaming? It varies, dude. It varies. But late, mostly. For me, at least. What's your advice for playing with lower ranked team players in your team? Don't trust them. Try to back them up. Oh wow, I totally overestimated the length of the pitch here. I didn't realize I was at the back wall already. What are my PC specs? I don't know off the top of my head, man. Good enough for streaming. Not good enough to run Rocket League absolutely seamlessly while streaming.
Two things: respect their space, but do not trust them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Good motto. Hello, Evie. How you doing, buddy? Oh no, why would he just drive up to that and do nothing? You should make a Twitch channel. Thanks, man. I'll think about it. Oh, he's faked it. The genius. Did I get paid to host Salt Mine? Well, nobody's paying me, no. But I do get sub revenue, ad revenue, cheer revenue on Twitch, and ad revenue on YouTube. So, like, I am getting paid to do this by Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, I get paid for Twitch and YouTube every month in various amounts. Obviously, when you do a big tournament like Assault Mine, you make more ad revenue on Twitch. I wasn't sure, honestly, what it would do to my sub count. It ended up like peaking my sub count above any amount we've ever had. But that wasn't a guarantee. Like the having no alerts on made me think that maybe we would lose or just like not gain any subs. But it looks like people didn't really mind the no alerts. They were just really appreciative of the content, so they were subbing anyway. A lot of people dropping primes during these tournament streams. And we also got, nearly 1,000 subs from Dogboy. Like, a bunch of people gifted subs between Fusion and Salt Mine, I think, as kind of a thanks for Fusion. But yeah. Since it is my content, like, I own the content, then, yeah, I'm getting paid by Twitch and YouTube for that. not by anyone else. Alright, let's see if we got the balloons here. I think we probably did. Rip the new emote slot. 1,000 people about to unsub within 5 minutes. It's not 5 minutes. Nah, he did that like the 19th or something, or the 15th. I can't remember. It's like at least a week from now, so I think we're good for now. There we go. We wanted these wheels. They look wicked. I can use... Wait. Hold on. I had these already? You are joking me, right? What's different? Did I just delete 150 balloons? Nah. I ain't believing it. Are you actually kidding me right now? Oh, man. I actually scammed myself. No. Oh. Actually scammed. I don't believe this. Homeless Bill, thanks for the prime sub, man. Right, I guess we'll use these ones in the blue car, these ones in the orange car. That's what we'll go for. Good way to end the stream. That is so funny. I don't believe I've just done that. But yeah, something else that we can do today that we've not done for a while is actually raid someone. So let's go do that.